Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
It sure is. Hi, Kevin. I'm Ralph. I'm behind the camera.
Yes, you are. And, well, we're here at the cottage, and we took a trip, I guess it would have been last month, out east to Providence, Rhode Island. Well, we actually went through the whole state of Rhode Island, which was awesome. Stayed in near Jamestown, Rhode Island.
Yeah, we got a bit of the New England experience.
We sure did, and but while we were in Providence, we came across the Museum of Culinary Arts. Oh my gosh, how great was that?
Kevin was in heaven.
Our kind of place, and if you're ever in Providence and you're into food and food culture and food history, you want to go there. It's on the campus of Johnson Wales University, and it's just really, really a lot of fun. So we kind of got inspired about diners and diner history because a lot of the museum actually is dedicated to that, because diners actually originated in that part of the country. Well, welcome to the diner car. How cool is this?
This is cool and a little eerie.
The help in the food isn't real, but the dining car is real. And this is a really authentic dining car from the 1930s, and it's just beautifully preserved, but very much in its sort of original state. It's definitely well worn, but gosh, what a great feeling this is to think that there used to be these scattered all over, especially in the Northeast. There was a lot of diners. But Ralph, this really has me inspired. We're going to make some diner food.
All right. Consider diner for like just American classics?
Yeah, good old American real staples. And so we thought, well, what could we do that we haven't done? Because frankly, that's kind of a lot of food that we cook all the time.
Kind of our thing. Comfort food.
You know, it's like we did pot roast, we did meatloaf, but one thing we didn't do, fried chicken.
We've been doing so-called comfort food before it was cool.
Yes. So we're going to make fried chicken, and you know what? We're going to just keep it nice and simple. Everyone's got a fried chicken recipe. We don't do a lot of frying, frankly, but we're going to, because I think this is something. If I saw homemade fried chicken on a diner menu, I would likely order it.
Blue plate special.
Exactly.
So there are different types of chicken. I found out that I didn't realize there are roasters and fryers and other things. So tell us about this type of chicken.
This is, it depends on the age of the chicken. So the larger chickens are often roasters, and
that means it takes longer to cook them, right?
Well, yeah. There's usually they're larger pieces, although. Not always, but usually. And then there are fryers,
which are younger,
which can be smaller. Like what we have here is we actually bought these in pieces because there was a super sale at the supermarket, and we got an awesome deal. They had legs and thighs on sale. And so these are actually pretty big thighs, actually.
But does it say? Yeah, they are actually. But does it say on the package, just so I know for future reference, does it say fryer, roaster, or do you just have to know by the size?
On these packages, it didn't say, but on other packages, it'll say fryer, or it'll say roasting chicken.
Because I did make the mistake once of buying what I thought were, because they were so large, I thought, oh, this chicken is going to be great because it's these big drumsticks, which I love, and they turned out to be roasters, and they didn't fry well. They ended up being very tough, and so Kevin educated me on that and said, no, those are not meant to be fried, because frying is a quick thing, right?
Yeah, well, and it's, I think, for roasting chicken in a long and slow oven process, it really tenderizes the meat more, especially when they're really big.
Yeah, they were big, and I thought that was the appeal and the bargain, but they were chewy and sinewy and tough.
And, with your poultry, you got to cook it. You got to cook it right. I mean, because we also want to be always conscious of food safety, right? So when you're working with raw chicken or turkey or whatever, we keep our hands clean, we keep our work area clean. But what we've got here I've got thighs and drumsticks. So this is dark meat chicken, right? We could have breasts or wings, which are the white meat.
I find the dark meat to be a little more savory and juicy. And, the white meat, when it's cooked well and cooked can be juicy, but
Yes,
often
but it's not dried
but
out.
often it's dry.
But dark meat also generally takes longer to cook, so bear that in mind. So you could use a whole chicken, which would give you 8 pieces, right? 2 breasts, 2 wings, 2 drumsticks, 2 thighs. These are pieces, so what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of put our coating together for the frying. So here's what I've done. I've already salt and peppered one side of the chicken, and that's on the downside. Next, we're going to season our chicken first. So I'm going to actually season it before I dredge it in the flour mixture.
So did you say you already put salt and pepper?
On the bottom side of
Oh, that's
these
what you meant by the
pieces,
downside.
yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
now you're doing
you
the
can't
top
see
side.
it, so now I'm doing the top because we want it nice and seasoned.
So
okay?
just the basic
Just salt and
seasoning,
pepper.
and this is a classic fried chicken recipe. You said
Yes.
simple.
Then in our bowl here, this is going to be our dredging mixture, Ralph. Okay.
This is dredging. You mean the coating?
Yes, exactly. That we're going to put the pieces of chicken in before we put them in the hot oil. So I've got I got a cup and a half of flour here.
Cup
Should
and a
be
half
enough.
of flour.
I'm going to take a little baking powder. This is a little trick I learned where it helps make for a crispier crust.
Oh, baking
Okay.
powder. How much?
Powder. About a teaspoon. Okay. Baking powder. Then the rest really is we're going to put in a good good heaping teaspoon of salt and
Pepper.
pepper
Into the
Flour.
into the flour for the
a little more pepper
for the
This is really
coating.
Yes, this is really to taste, and this is very classic. We're going to put in just a little paprika here too.
What about like a
Probably
poultry
a-
seasoning,
Half of a. You could do that. Yeah, you could definitely put in poultry seasoning.
which is sometimes like
sage, marjoram,
different herbs mixed with
Yes,
like a
it's
chicken
blend.
base.
So you could. That's like Colonel Sanders' 7 herbs and or
Oh,
11
right.
herbs and spices or whatever. That's like if you wanted to have it more of that kind of a highly seasoned.
Oh,
kind
right, because
of,
there's this kind of peppery and kind of like a little different flavor.
Right, and which is great.
Okay.
What I want to do is I really want the
chicken flavor to come through.
Okay, so we've got this done. Our chicken is seasoned.
So why are we going outside?
I'm leaving. I've had it. No, we're going to actually do our frying out here.
All right.
Okay? Because, I have to tell you, frying can be a little messy in the kitchen. And sometimes you also get, sort of the smell of the
What's cooking or frying?
cooking because as the oil evaporates into the air, it carries that.
Well, luckily
So
we
you
have
know
a
what?
beautiful day for this.
We have this is a beautiful Michigan early autumn day. Now check this out, Ralph. I'm putting oil in here only about a third of a way up, okay? Because you don't want it too high, because remember our physics class from high school, displacement, we put the chicken in, the level of the oil is going to rise up. Okay, so what you do now, I'm using an electric skillet, which to me is, I think, one of the best tools to use for something like this. But you want the oil temperature to be between 350 to 360, 65 degrees. I'm just setting the thermostat.
So you don't need to. Because
I don't
it's
need to
built
worry
in, you don't
about
have
it.
to actually use a.
It will keep the temperature.
All right,
okay.
great.
So you use vegetable oil, canola oil, peanut oil. Any of those oils would be good. You could use corn oil too, but don't use olive oil for frying because it doesn't really hold up.
Okay. And we always say we have our moms with us when we're cooking, and this time we have our mums with us in the kitchen.
Sure do. So you know what? I'm going to keep an eye on when the oil's up to temperature. We'll take this production outside on the deck and we'll get our chicken fried up. Oh, look at that wonderful sign from a diner in Maine. All those diner cars. They have all kinds of diner car history here, Ralph.
Isn't this place incredible? And
I know.
I love this. Is that called the backsplash? A very Art Deco kind of.
Yes, kind of sculpted or
faceted
molded
and-
stainless steel.
Amazing.
And I love what they have on the menu. Let me see if I can zoom in. I don't know if I can on this camera.
Oh,
but
chicken livers on toast and mashed
Yeah,
potatoes
how
and
about
vegetable
that?
and mushrooms for 50 cents.
This is great. But look at I just love this.
Did you get this menu? This
Yeah.
pricing and everything is so fun.
But this-
Three-decker hamburger sandwich.
This is just such a fun museum here. All things culinary really represented, mostly 20th century. But it's really a lot of fun. If you're in Providence, this is really a place to check out. All right, our oil is hot enough, okay? So it's at temperature. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do the thighs first, Ralph.
Okay. Because they're bigger?
They're bigger, yeah. And you know, it's probably gonna take about 20 minutes to do the thighs. Frying time, roughly. People think frying is fast.
I do.
And sometimes frying is
not.
fast, like frying an egg or whatever. But frying chicken, when you gotta cook this meat through to the bone, there's a process of frying under pressure called broasting. Sometimes you see these signs for broasted chicken. That's frying under pressure. And you know what, that is quicker, because like doing anything under pressure, it's quicker. But this, you know, again, we want to get the chicken, that internal temperature really needs to be 170 degrees. So it's gonna take a few. It's not quick. Okay.
I thought frying under pressure was when you had, like, when your family's coming over and you gotta get it done quick. But
well,
so
your
point is, people think frying is quick, but it's actually, with chicken, something you have to be very conscious of, like you said, for food safety.
Yes.
Okay. So first,
Right.
dredge.
So first dredge. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do, I kind of have I took a couple paper bags. You could use napkins too.
Oh, so this is your drying
Well,
cloth.
I'm just gonna set it there. Okay, I'm gonna dredge
How
them
fancy.
first. I want to put them in at the same time so that they cook at the same time. You know, they're all kind of done at the same time. So, anyways, we're gonna dredge in our seasoned flour. We're going to just shake off the excess. Okay.
So you're using tongs, but have people used hands and gloves and stuff?
Yes, you can. I just don't want to have to wash my hands. This is just an easier
It can
way.
build
Plus,
up and get kind of thick and funky.
yeah, and the other thing too is that oil is hot. Okay, and I got to drop these in that hot oil, and frankly, this is just so, I have enough scars from
kitchen battle scars.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the skin side down.
Okay.
Okay. So, the other thing when you're frying,
you can hear it sizzle.
You do not want to crowd your pan. Okay? You don't want to crowd the pan. So, in other words, these 4 pieces is about all I would want to put in here. You see why we didn't fill the oil up to the top of the pan?
Yes. So this is like a nice classical concert, not a mosh pit. You don't want to crowd it.
Exactly. We don't want to crowd it. I'm going to keep an eye on the clock here, and in about 10 minutes I'll come and we'll flip and we'll cook the other side.
Okay.
Okay.
And once again, you said the oil is at what temperature?
It's about 360 degrees right now.
All right, so you don't want it any less than 350.
No, again, you want that oil hot, and you want it to stay hot. If you're using a stove, when you put your chicken in your oil, the chicken is going to bring the temperature of the oil down, so you got to turn your heat up. So it really helps to use a thermometer and things like that. The nice thing about using your electric skillet is, I've got it set to 360. It will do all the on and off and monitoring for me. I don't have to worry about it. Okay.
And was the chicken at room temperature before you put it in, or was it cold?
It had been out for about 35 minutes.
Okay, so that's a nice trick too.
Some of the chill came off of it. Yeah.
Great.
Obviously, if it was ice cold, that would even bring the temperature of the oil down even more.
All right, so we'll check back with you in about 10.
Okay, it's been about 10 minutes.
So we're ready for the flipperoonie.
We're gonna flip these babies over here. Oh, look at that! Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, getting nice and
crispy, golden brown. Okay, so we're just gonna turn these over
for another 10 minutes or so.
And yeah, be wonderful. Look at that. Oh, lovely. We're still here at the Culinary Arts Museum in Providence, Rhode Island, and look at all this great stuff. And Ralph, you know what is funny? like, I have so many of these things.
I know.
That we use all the time.
But you have always talked about opening a vintage appliance museum, so.
I know, and now I'm really getting inspired. But like, oh, look at this. This is a KitchenAid mixer. Very, very, very old Model 3A. And then over here, look at these toasters, waffle irons. I have one of those Sunbeams down there, and I know I have this. But this is just so much fun to see all these wonderful vintage appliances and other things used to prepare food. Just a great place here at Johnson and Wales University in Providence.
Oh wow, you must be Kevin's in seventh heaven with these coffee pots which you love to collect, right?
Well, this whole area is all coffee
Related.
Coffee percolators of all shapes and sizes, and other drip methods, and coffee urns. And
You have a lot of these?
I do actually. I have a number of these, and look at this great. This is a coffee grinder.
Wow.
That they use, to grind coffee beans and things like that in the stores. And I especially love, Ralph, look at these refrigerators, kind of very, very early here.
The master cylinder.
This is from 1920. This was actually made in Michigan to the General Electric here from the late 20s until that hot point.
All right.
Okay, so now these thighs are done. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, look at that.
So now, two telltale signs that your chicken is done. One, you can use a thermometer.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph, look at that.
Yeah, that's got my name all over it.
So I've got about 3 layers of paper towels here on this pan.
Mm-hmm.
And that's to absorb the excess oil. Okay. Now we're going to do these legs. So one, you've got a thermometer, and you're over 170
internal
temperature. The other thing is that you, when you cut into the chicken, the juices of the chicken are clear. Okay.
As opposed to what?
To pink.
Or bloody.
Okay, or bloody, certainly not that. But you don't. You want those juices to run clear on your chicken, and then it's done. That's another good way to just safeguard to make sure you've cooked it thoroughly. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is we're just repeating this dredging process here with our drumsticks, and we're going to do our batch of drumsticks next. So because I'm working in batches like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that tray there, Ralph, of thighs that we've done, and we'll transfer that to, we're going to put that in a low, warm oven. Okay?
Yum, yum.
Those are the beautiful thighs. Now these are ready. Ralph, look at
yum.
So I happen to know that drumsticks are somebody's, got a little grease, favorite.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love drumsticks. So it's important, this step of letting them kind of
just drain
a bit
minutes,
on paper towel.
And I'm going to turn the power off here. And
then you're going to put these in the oven just so that they stay warm?
No, I'm just going to, I had the thighs staying warm.
Oh, I see. So now that
let these just hang out, okay? And kind of cool.
Got it.
Just give them about 5 minutes. In the meantime, we've got some pesto pasta here. Leftover. We're going to have that. We'll have lunch out on the deck since it's such a beautiful day. And then we'll get the chicken out and we'll give our super diner style fried chicken a try.
Wow, what a presentation.
How about that?
Oh shoot, my finger's right in front of the... It's hard to see. I'm kind of just guessing where the camera's aimed.
Get past Ralph's finger, you'll actually see the chicken here.
Don't eat my finger.
No, promise. So, there it is. Okay?
All right, now the taste test. The proof is in this. eaten. So get
I'm
eaten.
a thigh guy, so let me just take this one. Again, beautiful. Look at that. Golden crisp.
What do you think? Come out good?
Look at that.
Yeah, it looks well cooked.
Skin's got a nice crunch.
How about the flavor? Is it how you wanted to get that nice chickeny flavor and not overly spiced?
It's good.
So this is a nice basic kind of, I don't know if it's really northern style or southern style, but it's a basic fried chicken recipe, right? And maybe
Very
next time,
simple.
if we do it again, we'll try like those fun double dredged buttermilk and
some
flavorings.
people like to brine and use buttermilk, and you can do all those things. This is really chicken at its simplest. It's very juicy. You get the great chicken flavor and crunchy skin.
It's Sunday, so it's a good Sunday meal.
It is, and it's just a classic American dish. So, you know what? We had a great time putting this fried chicken together. We're going to have even a better time eating it. Thank you for being a part of this.
Viva la Diners!
There you go. And we'll see you, Rhode Island, and everybody else on the next Cavalcade of Food. Bye.
Bye now.